Hi guys, the Adventurous Allotment here. I haven't been here for a while. I haven't been, last video I did was maybe a few months ago, I think. I can't remember exactly when, but the reason for that, of course, is I'm actually going to be a dad. So I've been looking after my partner who has needed the care. So I've just been away for a while and haven't had a chance, and I can't wait for the little one to arrive and share all of this with her. So basically I've been doing that, so I haven't really had much time to go on the allotment, so it's a bit weedy and messy, and I haven't really got to do much. Haven't really had time to do much, but yeah, so I'll give you an update because I haven't been for a while, and everything is at its peak at the moment. Things are starting to die back. Obviously it's turning a bit cold recently. It's only like 12 degrees in the day, which is of course way below average. Actually should be nearer 15 or 16, 17 degrees at this time of year. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll split it into 3 parts again, because I haven't really it's quite a lot to go over because I haven't really updated anyone. So yeah, so I'll start with the fruit because that's naturally what I always do. So like here we've got the and in front of us we've got the Chilean guava, which you can see all the berries are actually, it's almost ready. It's not long till all those are ready. I mean, some of these, like this one, is already ready as we speak, but I'll probably leave them. In fact, I might leave them maybe a week or more before I pick the first ones, even if they are getting ripe, because I want as much sugar as possible. Pomegranate, nothing really of that again, as you might imagine, because maybe it's just not suitable. I've put a lot of mulch in that actually because it was a bit wet, so hopefully it'll break down and improve the soil over time, and I'll keep on adding that every year. Gooseberries are hidden under weeds there. I really need to get any chance that I can, I need to get these weeds out so I can give these plants a bit of breathing space. The grapevine here, as you can see, it's like sprawling over all the plants. I'm kind of waiting for that to sort of drop its leaves, so I'll give that a trim back. It hasn't produced any flowers or fruit this year. Hopefully next year. I don't know whether it would or not, but it didn't, sadly. I think it got a disease, or it got some kind of virus or disease, but it seems to have sort of rectified itself. So hopefully next year, if I give it a bit of fungicide or something like a something that will help treat fungus, like a natural remedy, maybe sulfur or something like that, maybe it'll stop it from maybe it will produce fruit, basically. But so yeah, and I've actually had a lot of these. So these are blueberries, which are starting to grow out now. Was having a struggle growing, but it's getting quite tall for itself. We've had loads of these fruit. There's quite a lot left, you can see here. A lot of these fruit, and there's a bee there pollinating the flowers that are still coming through. But we had a lot of fruit, and there's probably still loads more on it. But yeah, there's a load there actually straight ahead, and actually it's been really nice this year. First year that I grew it, it wasn't particularly anything special, but it's got a lot more sweeter this year, and it tastes more like a blueberry. It tastes very similar, it's just a tiny little bit more tart than what you might expect from a blueberry, but actually quite nice, and perfectly good to eat out of hand actually. So if I go over here, there's the Feijoa, looking good. Hasn't grown much actually. I think this might be its final size. I don't think it'll grow more than this, much more than this. But what we've got this year is that I didn't forget to pollinate flowers, so I was on that earlier on this year, and we've got a fair few fruits taking shape. So we've got these here. There's 2 examples here, so they're growing nicely, and there's a few examples like this over the plant, and we've got many more coming through. So we're gonna have like well over 30 fruit this year. Made sure I pollinated them, so there'll be plenty of fruit, and hopefully they will put on a good size and they'll be ready before winter. And then there's the arbutus, the strawberry tree, which I had a fruit off this recently, and it was absolutely delicious. Like, I don't know what's happened this year that things are tasting better. Something's happening, but they're on the verge of ripening, and actually, considering this fruit is often not thought of as something you could eat out of hand. It was really nice, I have to say. One of the best ones I've tasted. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. Hopefully I'll just leave the rest to develop. And of course you can see it's actually starting to flower. Maybe you can see that from the picture, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's that. I've got some the fig, which is of course growing nicely after being a non-starter this year. Didn't leaf out till about June or something like that. And this is supposed to be Rouge de Bordeaux. Of course, we will see. Its leaves are quite small because I've put it in the root bag, obviously. And then down here in this pot, I've got a very it's shutting down for the autumn. It's a brown turkey, so I might well plant that in with this and have like 2 varieties. But I'd have to like keep it small because I don't want it to grow like the other one did, like where I had to dig it out and manhandle it somehow and get rid of it. So I don't want that. I want it to maintain a good size, good fruit and capability, etc. So that's like really that's all there is for the fruit in this side. And then we've got all the other things here, ornamental gingers, which really don't have much use apart from having like looks, because you can't really, as far as I know, this variety Forestii is not edible in any way. I don't know whether there's like the toxic elements in them, but certainly I've read up on it and there's certainly nothing. If anyone knows if this is for sure edible in any way, like is it the young leaves or the flowers or what, then let me know, but I don't think so. And then down here I'm made up with this one because this is my chili. This is the hardy chili. This is Capsicum flexuosum, and I've planted 3. So I've got one plant here which is really growing now. It's actually created hardwood this year, so that's brilliant, because what that means, it's got more chance of surviving the winter, and it should survive the winter. And if it doesn't, then it will grow back from the ground. But usually they drop their leaves and then they grow back in the spring on a normal winter. I'm just hoping it doesn't get too wet for it, because I have packed in more soil. I've tried to create more drainage that way. So yeah, hopefully it won't. But I've put another, so I've got a plant here as well. I've got 3 plants, and I planted this one, which is looking a bit more anemic, but it's because it's relatively recent, but it's got a lot more fruit on it. You can see these fruit here developing. And I did taste one the other week, and it is a very interesting taste. Like, it's nothing I've tasted before. Let's say sweet and spicy is probably the way you want to describe it. Not like your normal capsicum annuum or capsicum chinense, not that type of thing. It's very unusual, very rare, and very rare, of course. So I'm really thrilled to be growing this, and thrilled that it's actually doing really well. As you can see, very healthy. And reportedly these can grow probably higher than our friends over there. Like, they can grow into actual trees. I think there's a specimen I saw on YouTube in Italy that must have been about going on for 15 feet high. It was very big, like the sort of size of these pear trees here. It was really huge, and the guy doing it had to get up a ladder so to maintain it. But yeah, you can see it there, just ahead, nice. So and then I've got the herb beds, of course. The herb beds here, so that's rosemary and lemon verbena, some sages, oregano there. Yeah, so just a herbal bed there, really. Hope that lasts, of course, and doesn't get damaged by the wet. And then over here, of course, I have, if I go through here, I originally planted this for fruit. I actually thought it would flower earlier. It's starting to produce flowers now, but in no way is it going to produce fruit. And that's the problem. Like, it's not going to produce fruit. These are very edible fruit, but got big. But a Fuchsia boliviana, very edible, very agreeable fruit, but they're just taking too long to flower, and they probably won't fruit before the frost cuts them down. So I'll have to take cuttings of these for next year. And then under it, something that you could mistake for being this plant. It's not, though. It's Fuchsia I've forgotten the name of it now. It's a very rare fuchsia, but it produces edible fruit again. It's very tropical looking, a bit like Thalia actually, or Triphylla. It's very similar. Produces that fruit, but and it's fairly hardy, so it might get taken down to the ground as with many fuchsias, but it will be back next year. and hopefully it will fruit and flower, but it's looking very healthy. Hopefully this the Luma apiculata will give it a bit of shelter. And talking of the Luma apiculata, it has flowered this year and it's grown fruit. There's a lot of fruits growing, you can see perhaps on the end there. They are developing actually quite fast, so that'll be quite interesting. Maybe I can put it in some kind of recipe, I don't know, because they are medicinal. So that's a Luma apiculata, and then various things. Tea plants have recovered well. The 2 tea plants I've got anyway. A little avocado there, I don't think it'll survive, but you know, I might cover over it and see what happens. And of course just a random Echium there that I put in because it was getting root bound, but that's it really for the fruit, other than pear trees, and there's not much more to report on for the fruit area. So yeah, thanks for watching, please like, please subscribe, and I'll be back in the next video to talk about my ornamental area. So thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next time.